Hi folks, Dr. Jim Gishwin here. How are we doing today? Everything going okay? Well, I'm not very happy. They passed that bill on getting the United States into cryptocurrency. Fair warning, people. I am warning you. That is a way to control you. You want someone sitting there dictating whether or not you can buy a gun, whether or not you can buy a car, whether or not you can do this, that, or whatever. You know, if you want a foreign car, they can sit there and say, no, you buy American only. Or they can tell you what type of gun to buy, a BB gun or something. All right. No, cryptocurrency is a control feature. They're control nuts. Okay. Now, granted, there's some things in that bill that were good. In other words, there's guidelines and guardrails that you need to sit there and go by. But as far as the United States adopting it, you do not want that, people. You do not want that. Okay? Remember, politicians are control freaks. They want to control you. I teach my students the whole time. I said, your whole life is about control. Okay? Whether or not your morality controls you or whatever, some sort of authority is always pressing down on you, okay? And your rugged individualism, or your spirit, or your soul, your essence, is what sits there, and your belief in God helps you overcome whatever is oppressing you. And power is always going to be oppressing you. Okay? That is just a fact of life. Power. There's always power out there. You either exert it more than the other person, or the other person exerts more of it on you. Okay? That's in the form of influence, whatever you like to say. It's all power. Okay? When you interact with other people, there's a power exchange going on. Okay? I'm teaching to you, I'm talking to you philosophically and psychologically, okay? There's a power exchange going on. Okay, when you have a discussion. Okay, Regina, I still do not like cryptocurrency. You sent me that old thing of mine. My sister sent me one. She sit there and trying to remind me. I don't know whether she's because Trump is for crypto, and they were just kind of needling me. But that's all right. I can oppose Trump on some things, and crypto is one of those things I will. Okay. I don't know why he loves it. Got me beat. Unless it's controlled just like the other people in the World Economic Forum that want to sit there and design a chip to put in your stomach to sit there and help regulate your carbon footprint. Well, people, we are carbon creatures. We're made of carbon. We're going to leave a carbon footprint, just like a snail leaves that little slime thing behind them, okay? We're going to leave carbon behind us. All right, that's just a fact of life, people. We're not silicon-based creatures. We're carbon-based creatures. Dust to dust. To dust you shall return. Anniversary of my late wife's death. The first late wife, Norma Jean Wyndham. And having that Wyndham name in the family tree sure screwed everyone up. It added about 8,000 people. Anyway. But it was fun following it. In fact, I had all 3 volumes of the Wyndhams of Norfolk and Sussex and Sherwood. In fact, gave one to, I think it was LC before he died. I gave him one of the books. It was a $175 book. I'd like to sit there and try and get it back. Molly, if you're listening to me, please do that. I'm really into genealogy. I've got... I'm sorry, Mom. They said you were gypsies, and we made up a family crest for you. Okay? We really did. I tried. I talked to the heraldry department. So we sat there and made one for you. Okay? God bless you, Mom. I love you. Anyway. We did, I got hanging in the hallway crests for the Franzes, the Ortmeyers, you name it, the Gishwins, the Schmidts, Those are just some of the names in my immediate family tree. Okay. Especially the Frances, that was my grandmother. Okay. And I remember Big Jim Franz. Okay. Made me that little wooden scooter, and always had Lincoln logs in the living room for me to play with whenever we visited. Those were days. Okay. And I remember how much I hated it when I heard all those ladies fighting over dishes and stuff after his death in the kitchen. And they asked me if I wanted the Lincoln logs, and I said, no, I don't think so. I think I was about 5 or 6 when that happened. Maybe 7. I don't know. I loved him to death. Just like I love a lot of members of my family. Anyway, getting back to basics here. All right. We're going to have more Alcatraz style prisons. And remember this. If they didn't go through due process coming in, what makes you think they're going to have due process going out? And these district judges are still trying to pull their crap. Even though the Supreme Court said, stop it, you cannot do a nationwide injunction. You only do something for something right in front of you in court. Okay? An individual injunction. That's it. Okay? So, Trump's got a lot of wins under his belt. Okay? We shall see. Anyway, I love you guys. Things are going well. I just read this thing where the president has a vein disorder, similar to mine, PAD, PVD, and just lack of total circulation going to his arms or legs, okay? And he's taking blood thinners. You can tell he's getting those bruises on him, just like I do, okay? I get them all over. I take 2 blood thinners. Take Eliquis, and I forget what the other one is. Anyway, that's just a fact of life when we get older. School starts again the 14th. We got back from our RV trip, and the air conditioner doesn't work. So, $15,000 for a new air conditioner. Wonderful, huh? And plus, you know something? I'm going to tell this to all of you. I enjoyed the RV trip, except for driving through that storm going into San Antonio on the 4th of July in that rickety RV that bouncing all over the road. Okay, and I was afraid of slipping on the slick streets and things like that, so I was driving carefully. I drive like a bat out of hell sometimes, but I was driving carefully. But anyway, the rental cost of the RV, I probably could have put a good down payment on an excellent one after all of this, okay? And then I come back and I got to sit there and pay for my new dentures. And now, man, I'm tapped out. At least I paid for everything ahead of time, okay? Except for the AC. AC's coming. They say things happen in threes. Oh, we have to talk about the Epstein thing. Yes, you cannot, it's against the law to release things like grand jury information and stuff like that. It's against the law. So Pam Bondi is restricted by law on what she can release. The president sat there and asked her and made a thing and released the grand jury information. And he's thinking about doing a special prosecutor. I think that'd be wise for him. So if he's listening, go for it. And make up with Elon Musk. Elon Musk is our future. He's going to get us on Mars, for God's sake. Man's our version of Einstein. Okay? This century's version of Einstein. Anyway, God bless you all. I love you. And remember, I remain your very humble servant. And God bless you.